So this is May 11, 2020. We want to talk a little bit about where we see the energy of the world right now. We find it fascinating that it is just now, today and yesterday, that in your leadership, in your White House, now there is evidence of the virus. And now, finally, we guess we should be wearing masks, yes? This is after the uproar about Pence going out in public and Trump going out in public refusing to wear masks. It's how quickly the attitude changes when the threat becomes personal. So it really does come back down to so many of the things we've been talking about, which is what's your impact on others? You know, it's are you wearing the mask because you're afraid? Or are you going to wear it because you have some compassion for the concerns of others? And the fact that you show up wearing this gives them some comfort and reassurance. Mm-hmm. So is it such a terrible, difficult thing to do that you give to others in this way? So one of the things you can do is look at people who are hesitant or refusing to wear a mask as their refusal to be aware of their own impact. And usually that is either lack of education, immaturity, or fear-based. And so once you understand that, rather than fight with them, you might even consider reaching out to reassure them. So what are your own ego issues that are coming up in this event? And please do not say to us, there are none, because you and we know that absolutely ego issues are coming up for everyone right now. You know, you had March as kind of a shell shock. March, about mid-March to about mid-April, everyone was just in shock. How can this be real? Where is this going to take us? Are we all going to die? Is our world over? Etc., etc. And once you started breathing again, about mid-April, carried through now until about mid-May, it's a readjustment period of, well, okay, I'm okay, you're okay, we're okay, everybody's okay, right? Everybody's okay. And now you're starting to enter into a period about mid-May through about mid-June. Where are we going from here? So for each of you to look at your behavior during these 3 cycles and start thinking about if you've had the chance to catch your breath, so to speak, and this is reality now. You can long for what was as much as you want, but it makes you very ineffective in the now. What is real now? Are you safe? Do you have enough to eat? Do you have a safe place to sleep? Do you have transportation? Do you have access to resources? All right, so life is not too difficult. Do you have enough to share? And if so, please do. And if you do not, then share your energy. Start doing your energetic work in which you pull up the energy from the earth, down from the moon, in from your spirit, and feed it back into the earth that it may be sent to the place where the need is the greatest, or what you identify as a need that you would like to address with your energy. For those of you that are energy workers, dear Marcy, dear Brad, all of you in your own way, energy workers, create a ritual every day in which you give your work to the earth, sing to the earth, dance for the earth, channel for the earth, chant for the earth. In this way, as you empty your energy, your vibration into the earth, your spirit, your soul, your higher self refills you with their vibration. Is that a good trade? Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So do it on a consistent basis. I'll gladly give my energy and my love and be happy to be filled with the vibration of unconditional love being gifted to me from soul, spirit, and higher self. So in this, the giving starts the cycle of the receiving. Now, this will trigger, as Marcy put so beautifully today, I feel uncomfortable with the valuing of myself to the place where I'm challenged in my receiving. Get really clear, otherwise you will stay stuck. Yeah, it's like you got a chicken bone stuck in your throat. Is that descriptive enough for you? Yeah, you got something stuck in your throat. Either you realize that you are a gift from God to this world at this time, or you're going to get stuck. So let's just all agree that you're all valuable. Otherwise, you would not be here. We have so limited time with our channel. We have only these precious hours or precious days in this incarnation. We do not dispense them without very conscious, significant thought about who we're going to interact with and how we're going to interact with them. So if you are here working with us, let that be demonstrative of how we perceive your value. So if you're confused, listen to our message to you. Yeah. So give and then receive. Give, and as you give, receive. Begin the flow. The dream is that every step you take, every breath you take, pardon, as you're doing this, not just in the moment of choosing, today I'm going to give to the earth and hopefully I'm going to get filled back up from my soul, but every step you take, every breath you take, you're working that cycle. It becomes habitual. I just give. I give in my appreciation of the beauty of the earth. I give when I appreciate the actions and the choices of others. I give when I honor the creations of others. And every time I give, I receive. In this way, you continually give at a very high vibration, but you also continually receive at a really high vibration. And this is the penultimate game changer. There is no more advanced work to be done beyond the giving and receiving within the vibration of unconditional love. Are you going to maintain it every second? No, you're not, because you're human, and humans come with such a wide variety of energetic and emotional choices. And unconditional love may not be what serves you best in this moment. That's a whole 3-day discussion in and of itself. So just trust us when we say that. Sometimes you really need your grief. You need your shame. You need your sorrow in order to chisel, to sculpt, to shape the life that you're dreaming of creating, so you can have a significant, specific impact on your awareness in totality, meaning everything you've experienced besides this lifetime, including now this lifetime, the totality of your experience as a conscious being. So maybe last time you had a life of frivolity, a life of indolence, a life of play, and now you're balancing it this lifetime with a lot of hard work. All right, that's your choice. That's always your choice. And maybe you're not going to be satisfied until you experience that. But at any point in the life, you can make a different choice. At any point, let us repeat that. At any point in the life, you can make a different choice. I have experienced enough to know the truth of who I am in this lifetime. And as such, I release the programming I brought into this lifetime of who I am supposed to be. And I now claim the vibration that serves my greater good, with harm to none. You just graduated. And now you can do the work of your dreams, of your passions, of your deepest, truest desires. You can, in effect, go play. Yeah? Go play. We do not mean that lightly. When you play in your creatorship, you do so without limitation. And by creating without limitation, you become co-creators with God. God is all that is. So decide if the limitations that you chose coming into the lifetime, decide if you're done with them or not. Decide if you've had enough pain, if you've had enough fear, if you've had enough shame and not good enough and don't deserve, to where you feel like, yeah, I've learned pretty much all I can learn from that constriction. I now want to know what it is to live and breathe in a human form, in human experience, walking hand in hand with the vibration of unconditional love. I'm ready. I feel ready. And even if I'm not ready, I want to try. And even if I won't get it done perfectly, I want to just experience it. Yeah? So give to me what I ask to receive, the vibration of unconditional love. Let it change you. Let it fill you. Let it serve you. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to be married to who you used to be to go forward with who you want to be. You can, in this moment, be done with the previous definition of self and generate in this moment the new definition of self. I am at peace with who I am. I am more than enough to know love, to know trust, to know joy. I am enough to do the work of unconditional love on this earth. Yeah. Make a different choice, live a different life. It truly does come down to that. Now, so many people will hear these words and not really begin to understand them, but they can be a seed, they can be a possibility, they can be a thought. You're here not as punishment. You're here in your life as a gift from God. God is all that is. You only claim a life when you ask for a life. And that life is for you to do as you will with it. There is nothing in the gifting of life that says you must know pain, sorrow, or suffering. In the gifting of life, you are gifted free will. Free will. How seldom you make use of that gifting. All the time. Yeah? All the time you decide, I'm not good enough. All the time, your free will, you impose it upon yourself to say, I don't deserve. All the time, you impose upon yourself, the world is too scary. All the time, you impose upon self with your free will that God does not know me, that I am forgotten, that I am nothing. Use that same will now to see all things in a new way. I'm going to use my sense of free will to say, I choose to be free of limitation and constriction. I am asking to be gifted with God's view of my value. I'm asking to be gifted with the view of my soul. How do they perceive me? How does my spirit perceive me? How does my higher self perceive me? When you begin to ask to experience the love that they hold for you, it's a game changer. It can entirely change your experience in this life. What are you going to use the greatest gift you've been given, personally gifted to each of you by God? God is all that is, the gift of free will. Will you use it to engage a life of limitation, or will you use it to engage a life free of limitation, with the potential to lift to the vibration of unconditional love? It sounds so easy. Years ago, someone asked our channel, who does she worship? And she immediately responded, I worship an unconditionally loving God. God is all that is. And in that worship, it's a challenge. Every day I am challenged to live a life that reflects that unconditional love, which means I have to take responsibility in the moment for my anger, my fear, anything that's in conflict with unconditional love. It belongs to me because I chose it. And I am the only one who can generate a new and expanded response. So in that worship of an unconditionally loving creator, I bear the burden by my choice to worship in that way, to work to keep my vibration aligned with that unconditional love. It's a very different definition of religion. Yeah? It's called spirituality. It's called metaphysics, beyond the physical, to expand, to encompass all of you, which is so much more than this physical form. So for each of you to choose today to take responsibility, to look at yourself in a new way. You've been gifted with the virus to give you a time out, literally a time outside of your everyday life, to shift your perspective, not as punishments, but so that you have the opportunity to shift your perspective. Where do I want to go from here? Do I want to step into a world that's full of fear? Or do I want to step into a world in which compassion has been born? Do I want to step back into a world in which might makes right? Or do I want to step into a new world in which we value one another in such a way that I gift you with my caring and I receive in return your caring? It's possible. This is a birthing process, and it's a vibrational birthing process. What you focus upon, you will manifest. If you focus upon fear, you will manifest fear. If you focus upon trust and finding a new way in which all humans can be valued, you will birth a brand new vibration for all of human consciousness. It's your choice. Ultimately, everything is your choice. But if you're choosing through fear, if you're constantly looking through that lens, that's the reality you're going to create. So we're challenging you to at least try in this way something new, something different. Be part of creating a new world that humans have never yet managed. Opportunity after opportunity, failed society after failed society, failed civilization after failed civilization. Eons of time. This is the closest humanity has ever come to breaking through into a vibration that is aligned with that of unconditional love, aligned with the true vibration of your God, your goddess, your creator. So our message for you today is this time in May, mid-May to about May, mid-June of your world. What world do you want to be reintroduced to? And what are you going to change within yourself to support that new vision? Good choices. Godspeed.